Jody. I have a new process video for Iron Crafter Challenge, and this month we are doing a recipe. We are using stamps, embossing powder, and a cut file. So when I'm given a list like that, I kind of like to do a homemade layout. You know what I mean? You just like literally start from scratch. And this is a layered flower cut file from Paige Evans. So I use that, and then the embossing powder is the distress embossing powder from Ranger. I think it is Uncharted Mariner, if I'm not mistaken. And I got to use the fun little embossing dauber. And it really worked. It worked well. I mean, and you could see it's not perfect, and I don't want it to be perfect. So I think it worked really well. So I did my flowers. Yes, lots of embossing powder. And I start with my heat tool, but then I switch it over to like one of the mega heat tools, you know, the longer ones. Anyway, it embossed nicely. It has a pretty shine on it. But going back to my original thought is I didn't have a collection in mind. I didn't have a title in mind. All I had in mind was the picture, which I think I've shown. It's of my niece, nephew, and my brother-in-law. And my niece is wearing like a tie-dye sweatshirt that's blue and yellow. So that's where I grabbed my colors from. And I also use the super fun Distress Spritz in yellow and peacock blue, I think it was. That little 4x6 card is from a random hip kit that I took apart and that I found in my stash, and I grabbed it because it had that dark blue in it. I know it's reaching. There wasn't too many other colors in there, but I think it worked. Why not? Let's just say it worked. Anyway, I put a little bit of vellum behind my photo. I popped that all up. I kind of give each of the petal layers a little. I don't distress them, but you know, I kind of scrunch them up, try to give them some dimension using my fingers. And then I just go to layering. So each one has a yellow layer, a blue layer, and then an embossed blue layer. And I think they turn out super cute. I've used this cut file many times. It's a simple flower, but with all those layers, there's actually 5 layers total, but I only did 3. With all the layers, it really makes an impact. And I thought they're sweet and pretty, but not necessarily too feminine for the layout. I end up not using the leaves. I just didn't think they were needed, but they turned out pretty too. I should have saved them. I didn't. I threw them away. So I put my picture on a bit of an angle, and here comes the stamps. Now, stamping is not my forte, but I feel like I'm learning a few things as I go. You definitely want to prep your stamps. I guess, is it called priming? I don't know, but you know, you want to use them before you're on your actual project. So I did a few testing stamps prior to this layout, and it's an Elle Studio stamp, super cute flowers. So I did I think it's three different flowers, and then there's these little dots. I think it was supposed to be the inside of the flower, but I just kind of randomly use them as they kind of look like splatters to me. But then I do real splatters, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, I think it's turning out nicely. I also stamped the inside of the flowers. And the only thing left I didn't have in mind was any other embellishments. I thought I could definitely find some kind of title in my stash, and I ended up finding a gold word that just said unstoppable. I don't remember where it's from. I think it was actually from Scrapbooks and Cards Today's sampler pack, to be honest with you. But I don't know what collection it's from. Here comes the splatters, of course. And I love me some big splatters. I really liked how those yellow ones turned out. So I find the gold unstoppable that I put down soon. And then I find a coordinating Alley Studio rainbow. There it is. That has the blue, yellow, and blues and greens. There's the unstoppable. And that's it. I call it done, and I call it successful. Stamps, check. Embossing powder, check. Cut file, check. I hope you got some inspiration. Thanks for being here. I hope you're well. Take care. Bye-bye now.